Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got something really special today. We're doing an in-depth exterior review of this car right here. This is the 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLC 63s AMG. So before we get started with the normal in the front, side, and rear views, let's focus on the presence of the car first. So if you think of like a small size SUV, from the outside, that's exactly what it looks like. It's raised, it has huge haunches, but the thing is, from the inside, it actually feels more like a sedan or a coupe than anything else. So from the outside, it has this huge presence, and it's thanks to these wider little flares here in the front and also in the rear. And the fact that from the front it actually looks lower than it does from the side. So starting with the front, probably one of my favorite points of the car is this huge panamericana grille. So AMG started doing these panamericana grilles on all their AMG models, and well, actually at least on the 63 models, because you can't really tell on the 53 or 43. I don't think they have them. They have that star diamond type pattern. But you have the panamericana grille, huge Mercedes emblem here in the front, as well as the AMG logo here. Has these slits right here where you have the intercooler actually built in on the bottom here. And these air inlets. You also have these, again, fake plastic kind of looking vents, but no one's really going to see that anyway. We have these huge intakes here on both sides where the fog lights would be, and that's as far as they go. So it actually hits nothing. There's nothing there. Let's see the other side. This side's actually open, but the other side is just a fake vent. And this is that it's cooler I was talking about. I'm sure there's a radiator right there, and then a radiator there. And then you have your sensors for parking. Mercedes emblem up here. This sticks out, and it's nice. So moving on to the lights, the headlights. There's two different options. You can get the multi-beam ones, which this is what they are. They have the little blue sides there. They're just adaptive. They turn on the high beams when there's a dark road up ahead, and they kind of turn on themselves. It's pretty cool. There's like a little sequence. You kind of see it starts off from the sides and ends up in the middle. It's actually really cool to see. So if I could get a video of that, that'd be pretty awesome. I'll show you guys. We have the little strip here that lights up, as well on the bottom here, our turn signal, and then two lights there. This is kind of the same thing they're doing with the facelifted E63, where now they're doing two lights as well as this kind of brow, instead of having like a straight line for the C, and then two for the E, and then three for the S. I think they're just going to change the bulbs into 1, 2, and 3 for the car. Okay guys, so opening the hood here, got little struts. There it is, the V8 bi-turbo. Nice little intakes here, as well as here, that feed this awesome system. Here we have vents, your window washer fluid here. Mounts. Battery, you just slide out. And here we go, we have the two turbos, 1 and 2. You can actually see them, it's really cool. Wastegate. You have your intakes, and also you have your heat shielding all the way in the back as well. All right, so let's see if this will work. But if you press it, I believe there's like a little sequence. Yeah, there's a little sequence there. I don't know if you guys saw that. That comes out on camera, but that's what happens when you open the hood. Moving on to the rims and the wheels, we have huge Michelin Pilot Super Sport 4S's. These are 265/40 ZR21s, so these are 21s. Huge brakes here in the front, and this car definitely needs them because it feels like you really are driving an SUV with way too much weight on it, and you definitely need the stopping power. Initially, when you drive, it kind of feels like you're not stopping in time, but you just need to press the brake pedal a little bit further down. Outside of the fender, we have V8 bi-turbo 4MATIC Plus. Even though it says 4MATIC Plus, you can't put this in rear-wheel drive mode, it's just all-wheel drive. But imagine if they did that. That'd be something interesting. We always have another sensor here, as well as this kind of, looks like that interior trim that you usually get on lower models, but it's here on the outside and actually starts on the bottom here. Starts up, flares out, so it looks much bigger than it actually is. Gives it that aggressive look. And then we have a line that starts from here, continues actually really subtle. You can't really tell in person, all the way to the rear. I think it might just be the color of the gray of this car. So on the bottom, the side skirts, we have again that material again, and then a kind of, not chrome, sort of aluminum looking piece that extends here on the bottom, kind of gives it a different look and matches the window trim up here. This car does not have the night package, so I'm sure that would have been black, and that chrome piece might have been black as well, but window trim would be. Moving on to the mirrors. Like most cars, it has now the indicator here on the side. We have our camera on the bottom, which we use for our 360 view, blind spot monitoring, and that's really about it. Chrome door handles. There is an option to put chrome inserts here. I don't really think that kind of fits most cars unless you're, I don't know, speccing it a certain way. Maybe it'll look good, but I don't think so. So I'm glad that this one was not spec'd that way. And in the rear, we again have Pilot Sport 4S's, except these are 295/35 21s. On the roof, we have these little indents here, which is where you can put your bike rack or ski rack. You just flip them up. And we also have a glass roof here, which you can tilt up and then move back. Pretty standard. As well as our radio, probably GPS right here. And the back, I think this is the main reason why people get a coupe version of this car, is this kind of duckbill spoiler. At least when I have the Evo, that's what it was called, is duckbill spoiler. And it just kind of goes up. It's really aggressive from the side, if you can see that. And then from the rear, it makes it look like a wing actually from far away, because you don't really, this becomes really dark at the darker it gets. So it kind of feels like this is dark and this just kind of floats up there. So really cool. Huge taillights here. Start all the way from the back of the 3/4 panel, then ends up on the trunk itself with this chrome piece. I think this is a little nicer instead of having like the E-Class has a chrome piece all the way across. But very nice. Then we have our AMG logo here in the bottom left. The Mercedes logo, which you can press forward to unlock, but also this flips up slightly, and that's actually where the rear view camera is. So it's not on the bottom, it's not anywhere else, it's actually inside here, it just flips out and you have a rear view camera. GLC 63s, they're just missing the little coupe here. And then reflectors, and then the AMG exhausts on either side. I believe this is a package, I actually forget the name of it, but in the front and the rear you could get this more aerodynamic package where it kind of has this diffuser in the back. Looks really cool. It's not active or anything, as you can see, but very awesome. These AMG tips I think look sick. They have this like square slanted design with AMG on either side of them, and then in the inside, if you could tell, there's like these little grooves in there, so it kind of looks like a turbine in there. The problem is, if you zoom out a little bit, you could see there, these are actually fake tips, and the exhaust is actually behind there, and these are just tips that you can see from the outside. So, not too happy about that, but from this view, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna start it up and then put it in Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and then Race, and see what the exhaust sounds like in all those different modes. Okay guys, so what I'm going to show you next is, since this car has airbag suspension, I'm going to show you how it changes and lifts itself and lowers itself in different modes. So right now we're in comfort mode. So this is the stock ride height. If I put it into sport, it should go down a bit. Sport plus. And then race mode. Okay, so then from race mode, actually we're going to put it into comfort. And then what we're going to do is, there's actually an option here in the settings that lifts the car up. So here we go. So it does the front first, and then does the rear first. The vehicle's raised, and then you could drive over any type of obstacle that you have, or maybe, I don't know, some kind of puddle or something. Now, this car's pretty high as it is, so. Okay, and then we're gonna put it back down. It feels really weird from the inside of the car. The rear just goes down, and then the front does also. So you have a gas cap, or should I say, yep, there we go. Just untwist this, and you actually have a nice little cradle there, boom, when you're filling up. That's it for that. Hey guys, so that really wraps it up for the exterior in-depth review of the AMG Mercedes-Benz, should I say Mercedes-Benz GLC 63 AMG Coupe. And we'll do an in-depth interior review, which has a lot of different stuff. I know the exterior has a good amount, but the interior is so much in these cars. And I know this is a good starting off point, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe, so that way we can continue providing cool cars and different content, doing in-depth reviews of different cars, which is definitely coming soon. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.